Yo, what's up, everyone? Back for this Wednesday slate. We have 9 games tonight to dig into. Last night, able to get Fanduel to cash. Draftkings missed out. Looking to get both in the money today. So let's get right into it. Drop a like and subscribe down below before we get started. Starting off here at point guard, there's a lot to like with James Harden, no Russell Westbrook. Draftkings at least did price him up. But then you have Luka right below him at 12-3. You have Trae Young to run it back with James Harden if you play him at 97. Zach LaVine is too expensive for me. I'm not going to be touching him at 8,900. Kyle Lowry, you have him at 86. Kemba, we'll see if he can play or not. And then don't really have that much interest in Devontae Graham. I think Lonzo Ball is a better play on FanDuel. He's kind of priced up on DraftKings, although you could take a chance on him. He's been playing well, and no Holiday again today. And then the Wizards did price up McCray. DraftKings priced up McCray to 66, even in case Bradley Beal plays or not. And then for value here, don't have a ton of interest in Draymond. No, they're kind of priced up. They priced up Fultz. If Draymond's back, I don't think you need to play Burks here. Smart would only be interesting if Kemba misses again, and then we'll see if Winslow, he could play, but he's probably going to be on a heavy minutes limit, but that could take some minutes away from, Derek Jones and some other guys there if he does give it a go. And there's not really a punt play at point guard right now. Hopefully, we could get that later in the day, but right now it's James Harden who stands out a lot. I prefer him over Luka, $500 cheaper than him. James Harden has a 10 times better matchup against the Atlanta Hawks than Luka does against the Nuggets. 12-8, no Russell Westbrook. Harden's averaged about like 1.85 fantasy points per minute this year without Westbrook. Just great chance to get a double-double or even a triple-double tonight against this Hawks team. It's in Atlanta, so hopefully this game can stay close. And we've seen the Hawks give up a boatload of points to some teams this year. They coughed up a couple teams put up records against them, or the Knicks absolutely went off against the Hawks too that one day. So they're awful defensively. Harden is going to be able to do whatever he wants. So Harden at 12-8 is going to be the guy I'm looking at point guard. At shooting guard here, I think there is a value play that looks pretty appealing. There's not a ton that sticks out here at the top. Bradley Beal does play, and we know he's not going to be limited. Then at 8,500, he would be interesting, but I don't have interest in LaVine, really Mitchell that much either at 84, or Jimmy Butler. It's a slow matchup against Indiana. Brogdon's at 72. If he plays, I don't think that's that appealing. He's always getting injured whenever he's playing. And then here you could look at maybe Kevin Huerter at 62 has been playing pretty well, but he's been shooting the ball pretty well. I don't think you can really bank on that, shooting 75% from three, over 50% from three last 2 games. I don't mind Jeremy Lamb here if Brogdon does miss. He's been playing really well, and he's going to continue to get heavy minutes. And then you could look at Fournier against the Wizards defense. Just it's not been good lately, but this is the best matchup you could ask for against the Wizards. He's going to play a lot of minutes. They are pretty short on bodies right now with no Isaac. So there is a lot of minutes to go around at the forward position. And then I don't think you need to play Etuan Moore is priced up to 49, or Redick's also priced up to 51. So those two don't really stand out. I think none would stick out a little bit if Winslow misses again. And then you got the value plays in Houston here with Eric Gordon, 4,400. Josh Hart at 42 is also appealing, but I like Tim Hardaway Jr. today at 4,400. It's a tough matchup. You see that one there, but I just think that the price point is so nice on him at 4,400. He only played 22 minutes in that game against Chicago. It was his first game back from missing a couple due to a hamstring issue. Maybe they kind of wanted to ease him in there, but before that he was seeing he saw a couple games 35 minutes, 32, 30, 42, 36. So some of these games he was playing a lot of minutes, and those were also with Kristaps, so there was a little bit less usage to go around. But if we're going to get 30 minutes out of Tim Hardaway Jr. at this price point, now that he's starting, he's shooting the ball really well. He's been on fire lately. If you look over the past couple weeks, he is second on the team if you take out Kristaps in fantasy points per minute at 1.15. At 4,400, we're getting a great price on him, and I think if he has a good shooting game, he can put up 35, 40, and be one of the better value plays on the slate. So I don't think a lot of people go there, but I definitely have interest in Tim Hardaway today. And then at small forward, I'm looking at. I'm not really looking at Giannis. He's at 11-5. This matchup's against Golden State. It could be over by like the third quarter. When you got James Harden there and you kind of got Luka, I think prioritizing those two over Giannis makes some sense. I think Ingram's okay at 8,800. Don't really have any interest in the Celtics players, especially if Kemba Walker plays. They're all kind of priced up. I love DeMar DeRozan at 68. Anytime he goes under 7K, I'll be interested. We'll see if Morris can return at 63. If he's not, then he could play. There's not a ton that sticks out, but maybe if Portis gets suspended from his hit yesterday, there are going to be some minutes for, like, don't even want to say Kevin Knox because he's so bad. Aaron Gordon, 62. That's appealing at that price point and given the matchup. Thaddeus Young, he's priced up to 54. No Wendell Carter. So that's not super appealing for me. Ross is okay at 48, I would say. And then you got Finney Smith playing a lot of minutes at 47. Could be pretty interesting, but I think DeMar DeRozan, 6,800 for him. Anytime he gets under 7K, I'll be interested. And it's not like he's playing bad. He's really been super consistent. He hasn't dropped under 30 fantasy points since the 12th of December. Been solid in the 30s, 40s. Had one 50-point game, playing 33, 34 minutes, and close games can get up to like 38 minutes. Not often, that was probably an overtime game, but he can get up to like 34, 35 minutes in regulation. Shooting the ball pretty well. He shoots a high percentage of shots because he takes a lot of his shots at the basket, near the basket in the mid-range, doesn't shoot a lot of threes. So DeMar DeRozan, 68, the price point's super nice on him. At power forward, I'm looking, Sabonis is questionable. That would be big if he's out. Make Miles Turner a great play. It would open up whoever jumps in place of him. It could be, I don't know if it's going to be Leaf, if he's even getting any minutes. I don't think so. He's not getting really any minutes, but he could get some minutes here, but could be Jakar Sampson. They have a lot of bodies, but I think it would just open up more usage for the starters, and they would be more interesting, especially if Brogdon misses. Then Warren would be a great play, as would Turner and Lamb if Sabonis misses. I think Collins is okay, 8K, not getting a huge bargain at his price. I like LaMarcus Aldridge, 73. I don't mind going to like Warren at 65 if Sabonis does miss. I talked about Gordon. I think he's a good play. And then if you scroll under 5K here, I think the main ones that stick out are probably some of the Houston guys like Daniel House at 4,500. Chris has been waived, so he's no longer on the team. I think Rudy Gay's at 4,300. He's always in play for tournaments. He's going to play like 20 to 25 minutes. And if he plays well, he can close the game out. And at this price point, he definitely has some upside. And then Tucker's also a solid option at 4K. He just doesn't shoot the ball, which is so annoying. He's taken one shot the last 2 games, but no Westbrook today. It's definitely going to have, it's going to open up like 20 shots for the rest of the team. And I think Michael Porter Jr. here at 3,800 is a really good play. He's probably going to jump in place of Will Barton. That's going to give him about 25, probably 25-ish minutes tonight. I don't think they're going to run him to the ground. But in those 25 minutes at the cheapest price he's been in a little bit, he's had a pretty appealing matchup against the Mavs. Should be a competitive game. And there's just a lot of minutes to go around. No Barton. And they have been willing to give Michael Porter a lot more run lately, and he's been playing very well. So he's definitely going to be a good value option that allows you to pay out for James Harden or Luka, whoever you choose to pay out for. And then at center here, I think Jokic is fine at 92. And then Rudy Gobert at 79 against the Knicks could be okay, but I really like Clint Capella here, 7,800 for Capella. Against the Hawks, they are, mentioned how bad they are defensively, especially against centers and rebounding the basketball. We saw Jokic have his best game of of his season against them with 47 real life points. Capella's never really going to get that many real life points, but he can get the job done with the blocks. They have a lot of guys that drive to the rim. He can get the job done with a double-double easily, and just going to play heavy minutes because they still run out Alex Len out there, and Collins plays the center at times. So Capella's going to get his minutes. He's at a appealing price point at 7,800, given no Westbrook. And then here at forward, I think Eric Gordon is fine here. 4,400, he's probably going to start. He's played 30 minutes, so probably going to get 30 to 32 minutes. Probably 30 minutes, I would expect, at least with Westbrook out. The upside can get up to like 32 minutes. He's really scoring dependent, which is never really that good for fantasy, but he's going to have the opportunity. He's at a really good price point at 4,400. It's a good matchup. If he just runs into some peripherals and just hits some of his open shots, his shots are going to be there, especially if the Hawks double team Harden. And I just think that if there's any game that he's going to return value, it could be this game. There also are other options if you don't want to go Gordon. You could go Daniel House or Tucker, but I think Harden, Gordon, and Capella are some of the better options. They all have some upside. We've seen it in the past with them. And then on FanDuel, it's pretty similar here, except at point guard. Luka's pretty appealing at 11.5, but Kyle Lowry, 8,200. He's going to play probably 40 minutes tonight. It's a back-to-back, but they still run him to the ground. No Van Fleet. I don't think anybody is returning from injury. Towel was doubtful yesterday, so maybe he could return today, but I doubt it. But Kyle Lowry's just going to have to go off again. He's going to have the ball in his hands the entire game. Only shot 7 of 23. Couldn't make a shot, but at least we know he's going to shoot like a ton. It's a slow matchup against Charlotte, but they are bad defensively, so it's going to be a pretty easy matchup for Lowry, assuming that he's just able to make his shots. I mean, if he hit like half of his shots, that would have been like 55 fantasy points last night. A shooting guard here, Harden is too cheap on FanDuel, 11.2. At least DraftKings priced him up. But on FanDuel, he should be the first guy you plug in to your cash games. Just too cheap. Just way too cheap. Small forward, probably go back to Tim Hardaway here. I like him on both sites. He's super appealing. His price point, the minutes I think are going to go up. In the first quarter, he went off, and then he only saw 22 minutes. Hopefully that was just due to his hamstring injury. He missed a couple games, but in this kind of matchup, should be a competitive game. He's gonna be out there. Decent matchup here. Against the Nuggets. I mean, they're good defensively, but he's at home. He's been playing well. I just think that the price point is so nice on him that he does have those 30-point upside games, 30, 35. And without Kristaps, they're going to look for another piece of offense besides Luka, and Hardaway can definitely supply that. So that's why I'm liking Hardaway. Power forward, Michael Porter, only 3,900 here. Is also appealing, assuming he draws a start. Even coming off the bench, he could be okay, but if he draws a start, I'll be much more comfortable that he can play like 25 minutes and put up 25, 30 fantasy points. And then at center, it's Clint Capella. I'm looking at Turner if Sabonis is out. And then Vucevic and Jokic, I think, are fine. But Capella at 76, I think, with that upside that he has, and just with no Westbrook, I think he's going to go off. It's a really good matchup for him to rack up some blocks. I believe the Hawks are one of the most heavily blocked teams in the league. And it's going to be a fast-paced game. Should be a lot of opportunities for rebounds, a lot of possessions. Could get some putback chances too, and just is really appealing price-wise on FanDuel and DraftKings. So that's it for my Wednesday breakdown. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You can drop a like if you enjoyed, and good luck today.